Hey, welcome back to the table. Day after Halloween. No sooner had I stopped that last video, but the doorbell started ringing, so the timing was very, very good. We finished the round, and so I get to decide who's going to go first, and I'm going to choose the engineer to go first. And you can see here, we need a wrench and a computer screen. And so the engineer has exactly that, a wrench and a computer screen. And I need 4 successes. So then the question becomes, can I get help from others? And the answer is yes. I'm going to get a wrench from the security officer to help. And then I also have the multi-tool, which is both a wrench and a computer screen if I play it. So between all that, I'm hoping to get the 4 successes that I need. So let's roll the engineers first. And sorry, I got a camera. It went into manual focus, which sometimes causes problems. But this was a perfect roll. And then this is the one from the security officer. Not a perfect roll. The engineer could play a reroll blue. I don't need it. I don't need to. This I actually didn't even need. I just needed 2 of the 3 to succeed. So, bear with me for a second. I need to fix my focus issue. Okay, I am back. It's auto-focusing again, so we should be good. So I have my 2 successes here, which is 1, 2, and then I'm just going to play the multi-tool, which we got last round, and then that's going to give me a wrench plus, it's a perfect tool. So I'm going to do the multi-tool, which gives me 2 more, and then bing, bing, we just got a perfect log 618 result. So let's get the app out.
First contact archive. Away team report excerpt 17B.
It took time and effort, but I managed to spotlessly polish the crystalline face of the mask. Only when I was done, I noticed the host hovering behind my arm. It took the mask out of my hand, inspected, and nodded its head stiffly. I was not sure whether the meaning of this gesture was the same as for humans, but I felt this was a good moment to press my questions.
Always got questions. All right. So now we go to P271. I thought we already had P271 out there. Yep, we did. We're right back to where we were. So okay, so I think okay. So we can ask him about the meaning of the masks, ask him why the city is empty. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like no matter what question I ask, they're not talking to us, so this is like a pointless exercise. I'll ask him why the city's empty.
The city is not empty, for I am here. I will clarify the answer, away team. He reiterates the city is not empty. It seems most Idemians do not live here all the time, yet this is still their capital. If you get a chance to inspect their houses,
Mindy,
we
please.
will learn more.
Sorry, I gotta pause. My dog is gonna bark. All right, barking is subsided. All right, I guess we get to ask him another question. Let's do it.
you look at the mask, you see yourself. This is a reminder. You are the only one who lives in the world you call a reality. Reality is a projection in your mind. Everything warped, changed by yourself, far from the truth. In truth, every one of us is alone in this world. The mask reminds us of this. It also reminds us that when we speak to the person, we do not truly speak to them. We speak to their image we created in our mind. An image distorted by our own concepts of truth, right and wrong. In your world, you are the same as you were when you last entered here. In my world, you have changed. I see you differently now. Perhaps closer to truth, perhaps further. Time will tell.
Oh, this is just the most garbage philosophical nonsense ever. Okay, you walk in a room with 100 people. They get to look at you for 30 seconds. Then you shut off the lights, shuffle them all into their own separate rooms, and say, what did Jeff look like? Every one of them will describe you the exact same way. Because Jeff had no control over how he looked. I did not create my own image in my own mind. All these people have their own image of me, and they're all the same. Now, whether or not somebody liked me or didn't like me, that doesn't matter. I mean, just look at my YouTube channel. Some people like watching my videos, some people don't. That's a matter of perception and taste, but that doesn't change the fact that everybody has some basic fundamental aspects of Jeff that they can all agree upon. And this is this garbage, all of this. And then you can be like, well, Jeff, you're also imagining those people describing you because when they go off in their room, they're really not there. That's you imagining them. Oh, my God. This is like freshman philosophy class all over again. And people actually like go down this rabbit hole and actually think that there's truth to this. And it's like, come on. The only person imagining things is you with this stupid philosophy. But anyways, I'm going off on a rant here. All right, we gain a success token because, you know what? I imagined it. And you know what? I just imagined 3 more success tokens. And I imagined that half of my crew didn't die and I'm going to go get them all back. How about that? Yeah. All right.
We've learned the meaning behind the mirrored ritual masks. As it turns out, they remind the Idemians that every person is the only living inhabitant of the world they perceive with their senses. That everyone and everything else we see is warped by our own biases. That we project ourselves onto others and everything that happens around us. For Idemians, objective world and objective truth is an ideal they strive toward, even though they realize that achieving it is near impossible.
All right, we're going to leave the workshop. Okay, next up is the recon. Now, we still have the ability to do this again, but we don't want to because remember, log 612 asks us, do we have unique discovery 13, which we don't. And so this is not fully explored, this area. So I need to keep going. So we're going to go along this path here, which requires us to exhaust a die. And I'm going to exhaust the blue basic. Nope, I'm going to exhaust the strength. No, we'll do the blue basic. And then we get to here, and we're going to do log 451.
Not alone anymore. The story of first contact. Book excerpt.
We looked upon the main district of the city. Squinting our eyes against the larger of the 2 suns, we studied its monotonous vista. Identical square houses, and a grid of identically looking streets as far as the eye could see. We knew that once we entered them, it would be easy to get lost. The only unique point in the city center seemed to be very far in the distance. A large space between identical buildings, maybe a plaza. Once we entered the dark dark alleyways, it will be all but invisible.
Well, I'm going to just imagine in my reality that I'm on a luxury cruise ship that's going to take me right to the center. Okay, P279. Mirrored Township. So we need a compass and a science, or a red, green, and blue. And they are different. One is P273, the other is P274. So we're going to go for the compass and science. I think that would be the right thing to do. Unfortunately, though, I don't think he has science as an option. We do have the ability to reroll a green die. And, oh, and the compass is gone too. We used it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to roll both of the wild children and use the rerolls and hope I can get this to work. Let's go for it. Oh, look at that. Bing, bing, right there. This one does not hurt us, so we're okay. I will go ahead and put these back. We mark our outcome, and we got the compass and the science, P273. So let's get her done. Oh, come on. I don't like these at all. So this was 274, by the way. So here you can see it goes to 276, 73, and 79. So going left would get you back to where we are now. And so we can go to 275 or go forward to go to log 412. I would expect to go to log 412. I think all these other ones are going to just be nonsense. We definitely don't want to go to 274. That was the other option, remember? So that just goes backwards. We definitely don't want to do that. So it's either going to be 275 or log 412. So and I know this because the card we just resolved here is 274. I definitely don't want to go to 274. So we know going left is a bad option. Okay, so this was 279. All right, let's do... Oh, my turn's over. I can't do anything else. I forgot to do the event for the engineer, so let's do that real quick. All time tracks go up by 1. And then now we're going to do the event for this person. There's no biome, so all time tracks are going to go up by 1. And this gets discarded. So another one of these is gone. Okay, science officer's turn. And they're sitting here on a completely resolved sector. The issue with the science officer is since there's nothing left to do here, we got to go back. Or we could travel and just keep going this way. I'm going to do that. We're going to head towards the standing stone. So the travel requirement on this is exhaust a die or roll a danger. So we're going to just go ahead and exhaust a die. And we will do the red shield. And then we're here, and this says roll any number of available section dice, any required injury dice, and go to log 516. So I don't know what this means. So I'm going to roll 3 dice. These 3. Because I have no idea what it means to roll any number of dice. And so I got 1, 2, 3. And what I don't understand is, do I have to manipulate these first before I go to that log or not? It just says roll and go there. So I rolled. Now I'm going to go there. And I'm assuming I still have a chance to manipulate. Okay, this is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. Resolve all required dice. Return any dice with Vanguard results to your available dice. Resolve them how? Oh, here we go. You have to go to the next screen. If there's at least one eyeball, DNA, compass, or science symbol in the roll pool. Yes, I have a DNA. I guess this doesn't count. It goes back to my available dice. But I do have the DNA, so the answer is yes. Alright, so we had the DNA, so I'm going to do that one. Are you in Sector 8? No. Are you in Sector 10? Yes. The den of a large predator. Card P285. We have a cornered feline. So we can calm the creature or defeat the creature. You may spend 2 supplies to discard this card. Okay, that's where we are. Now what's interesting, is that considered a threat? I have no idea. Flip this card when a threat card is discarded. I guess that's not a threat. Yeah. I would say that's not a threat card. A threat card is one of these big bad boys here. Or like a dust storm or whatever. Those are also threat cards. Alright, well, that's the end of the turn for the science officer, so now we're going to put this up, and that matches. So I can lose a supply or roll a danger die. I'll go ahead and roll the danger die. I rolled the big king. It is the A, so nothing happens. Alright, so we are done. Now it's going to be the security officer's turn. I have to pause real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, security officer's turn. He's going to move forward, which requires him to exhaust a die. We'll exhaust a green basic, and then we're going to do log 412. So we have to exhaust another die and choose one of the options. So we're going to exhaust the blue science, and then we'll do log 412.
First contact archive. Away team report excerpt 1-4B.
Then we stumbled into a blind alley with identical blocky houses on both sides, tempting us with their open doorways that led into cool shadows.
Oh, sure. Let's enter one and see where this rabbit hole goes.
Xenology Department Report TA-52.
During their stay in the city, our away team inspected several house-like structures. Their measurements and observations led us to some early conclusions. The Idemian houses were all identical on the outside, suggesting a society where equality is deeply ingrained. However, inside, the room layouts were very different. The houses also contained different assortments of memorabilia and samples from many other planets. We believe most Idemians travel to other worlds at least once in their lifetime, and the memories of these worlds are an important part of their identity. The dating of dust and residue inside some of the houses showed that they only ever had one occupant, and that they had not been visited in years. This not only shed some light on the family structure of Idemians, it also showed us they spent most of their time away from these cities, and only come back on special occasions. The fact that the contents were left undisturbed, even though the houses weren't locked, was equally telling. Many of the houses contained extremely specialized tools and workstations, manufacturing spaceship components and computer parts. Some had small production lines where components made elsewhere would then be connected to larger sections. While it sounds incredulous, Idemians somehow managed to manufacture all of their technology in a fully decentralized network of highly trained artisans and specialists.
So in other words, they're all a bunch of solo board gamers. All right, here we go. we got another success token. We are up to 4 now. And we put P279 in, which I think was the one we already had. That doesn't bode well. Yep, we're back to this nonsense again.
We've learned the Idemians are fiercely individualistic and never form larger groups or specialized organizations. All their technology is painstakingly crafted by lone artisans, each of whom reaches perfection in creating a single part, a single component, or a single compilation of parts gathered from other artisans.
Alright, so a whole bunch of stuff is getting saved. What I don't know is, are we making any progress, or what the heck is going on? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the event card. There's no biome, so all tracks go up by 1. And this goes on. And that's it. Okay, now we're back to square one again. It's the engineer's turn. And I think the engineer is going to travel back to here because we've learned things about them. So let's go back and see if that helps at all. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to exhaust a red die, and just so you know, the travel requirement is exhaust a die or roll a danger. So we're going to go to log 370 and see if the things we learned are enough.
Not alone anymore. The story of first contact. Book excerpt.
Our host still waited by the lander, in the shade of a small palanquin, immovable like a rock.
Not alone anymore. The story of first contact. Book excerpt.
Yeah, we're going to review our
host
findings.
still waited by the lander.
We've learned the meaning behind the mirrored ritual masks. As it turns out, they remind the Idemians that every person is the only living inhabitant of the world they perceive with their senses. That everyone and everything else we see is warped by our own biases. That we project ourselves onto others and everything that happens around us. For Idemians, objective world and objective truth is an ideal they strive toward, even though they realize that achieving it is near impossible. We've learned the Idemians are fiercely individualistic and never form larger groups or specialized organizations. All their technology is painstakingly crafted by lone artisans, each of whom reaches perfection in creating a single part, a single component, or a single compilation of parts gathered from other artisans.
Oh, come on. That's it? So it's not enough. Well, we travel again. I just don't know where. I guess we could try to survey the area. Yeah. I'll go ahead and travel this way to go here. That cost me another die, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the, the green basic, and the turn's over, unfortunately. Well, actually, I do have the stasis. Oh, the stasis suit just makes me roll one injury die less. So we got the leaf, which does match. I may roll a danger die to refresh 2 dice. I'm okay. I don't need to do that. Actually, I will. I'm going to roll a danger die to refresh 2 dice. And this is a danger. I rolled this, which is gain a wounded injury. But the whole reason I said I was okay is because I got this thing. If you gain a wounded injury, we can just discard this card to ignore that injury. So that's exactly what I just did. And so I don't get the injury. So there you go. So neener. Now we get to take 2 back. I think the alien eyeball is crucial in these ones. And what else should we bring back? I'm going to bring back the computer monitor. So it's only 2, but that's pretty decent. All right, end of their turn. Now it is the recon officer's turn. And we got this silly thing here, find your way. So we need the compass and the science back. So I'm going to rest, which costs me a die. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I get 4 of them back. I'm going to take the compass for sure. 1, 2, 3, and then this for 4. I do get to draw a card. I'm at my hand limit. This would be nice to ignore the event card, but I think I would rather have the rerolls, so I'm going to go ahead and discard this card. Like so. Okay, and then we're going to find our way. So I need a compass and a science again. So here comes the compass. And we will roll this for the science. And you can see we got the compass. I need to re-roll that, so I'm going to re-roll a green die. And I'm going to re-roll a green die. And I got it. So, oh, you know what? I did not need to re-roll anything. I'm taking both of these dice back. Look at this. Spend a charge to turn an accident result into a Vanguard. Ding, ding, ding. This was an accident. So all I had to do was spend a charge. That was the whole reason I picked this character. Okay, so we already know what this does. We bring this card out. So it's called Find Your Way. And it's not an action, per se. There's no action symbol on this one. I'm assuming it's supposed to be an action, so I'm going to leave it. And then we're going to go ahead and end our turn. Okay, so there's no biome, so all progress goes up by 1. And now it's the science officer's turn, who's here. Needs to rest, so we're going to spend a die, or a supply. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 dice, so we get 5 back. So I'm going to grab a DNA, an eyeball, so it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we get to draw a card. And it's all about manipulating the leads. And that's it for that. So now we need a... we can defeat the creature with a strength and a shield. Draw a section card, discard this card. Or we can try to calm the creature, which is a DNA and an eyeball. So I'm going to grab DNA and eyeball. And let's roll those. My issue is I don't have that many or any dice that lets me do a reroll. That's a big problem. And I rolled 2 accidents, which don't do me any good. So this was horrible, absolutely horrible. And now I have to roll a danger die, which is the letter... I can't tell the letter. These are too small. The letter F. Alright, I don't know what F does. That's gain a critically wounded injury. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Basically, if you get one of these, you gain another injury, and then you're starting to sacrifice dice. Oh, okay. I could have just spent 2 supplies to discard this card. And see, no matter which one you do, you're discarding this card. I didn't even think about that. Okay, draw an event. The skull matches. Lose a supply and roll a danger die. Alright, that's not good. This time it's C. Nothing. Alright, so we got lucky on that one. Turns over, security officer's turn. We're back to find your way. So we got this log one. We already know 274 is not right. We're going to go to 275. And I do need to exhaust a die. I will exhaust red basic. And again, I don't know what the purpose of all this is. So now we got this. So this is the log we already did. 276 was, I don't know. And then we got 277. So I will exhaust another die. And we'll go to 277. All right, we're into something. The sea of humming, motionless Idemians is deeply disturbing. So we have to study the cabal. An eyeball or a science progresses it forward, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. All right, so we got somewhere. That part's good. But the turn's over. So, gotta draw an event card. And there's nothing, so we're going to just progress all time tracks by 1, which means we're discarding another condition. Okay, now we go to the engineer. No, we're at the new round. So the engineer could go first, and we can continue this, or we can go back to like the recon or science officer, or recon or security officer is what I meant to say. We need eyeballs in science. The recon officer has an eyeball. The security officer has a science. So I'm actually going to make the security officer go again. We're going to go again. We're going to spend a supply to rest. And we're going to get 4 dice back. And the science is one of them. 1, 2, 3. And we'll do the wrench for 4. Alright, and then we're going to try to do this thing. So we need eyeballs in science for success. I'm going to take 2 wild children and a science. And then I'm going to assist with an eyeball from Koei. And I almost made the mistake that I made earlier. You can only assist with 1 die. I made a mistake in a previous video where I assisted with multiple dice. You can't do that unless they have a special ability that says you can do that. So we're going to go ahead and roll Koei's first. We do get our eyeball, so that's 1 success. And I'm just going to put that on and then give her die back, just because I don't like mixing up the dice. So I need 3 more successes with this. And so you got 1. And then I'm going to spend a chart. No, I'm going to re-roll. I got a card that lets me re-roll a blue die. So let's re-roll the blue one. I got the science. And then this one, it's the same kind of guy. We can spend a charge to turn an accident into a Vanguard. So there we go. 1, 2, 3. That's exactly what we were looking for. So 1, 2, 3. Boom, we got ourselves a success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go to log 534, and please, please, please be something.
We spent a lot of time on this planet looking for Idemian leaders or their government. Turns out, The government was right in front of us. Upon closer inspection, the undulating hum of countless meditating Idemians turned out to be a carrier signal they used to share their experiences and make decisions for the entire species, in a stunning example of direct democracy.
Not to ruin the bubble or anything, but direct democracy sucks. If you're a sheep amongst three wolves, democracy is not good. Alright. Is mission card M120 revealed? Yes, it is. Replace any cards in Sector 6 with P000. We got ourselves a complete something something. So I'm going to get rid of all these cards. And it says fully explore the Idemian Holy City, sectors 5 and 6. We did 6, we didn't do 5.
We've learned the Idemians have no government and rely on direct democracy instead. Their rejection of any mental constructs and any immaterial concepts make it impossible for them to understand words such as ideology, alien representatives, party, or mandate. They have also never developed any form of mass media.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure I was supposed to discard that mission. And I know some of you guys get like all uppity because it was on the screen and then I missed it. When you're recording, there's 100 things going through your mind. It's not just playing the game, but that's okay. I'm going to look it up and you're just going to have to like it. So 534. Yeah, we discard it. So the mission is complete. So that part's good. I still got an action left. I don't have Unique Discovery 13, so I don't know what to do about the alien tech leads, but I can at least get out of Dodge. We have to exhaust a die to get back, so we will do that. And I'm going to go ahead and exhaust the wrench. Okay. Next up, we have the engineer. Their turn. And here you can see they could survey the area, or they roll any number of dice. So we learned that it's a bunch of different, outcomes possible. So we're going to go ahead and roll these 3. And we rolled all kinds of cool things. Now we're going to do log 516. All right. Is there at least one? Yes. Resolve the first result that matches your roll pool. So do we have the eyeball? Yes, we have the eyeball. So are we in Sector 8? Yes. Gain 2 strange flora leads. Okay. Well done. Alright, give me a second. I gotta put away some cards here. Alright, 2 flora leads. Here we go. We got ourselves +1 card and a nothing burger. So that didn't do us any good. Other than it got rid of 2 of the zeros. We'll draw a card. We actually have a hand limit of 4. So that's good. We could use some more cards. And then put pt24 in the sector. So uncovered bulbs. So we can harvest the plants for more leads or go to 592. Oh, and I realized I was moving next to the zip line, so I'm going to take back a die that I exhausted for the engineer because I was able to travel for free. So, alright. We got another turn. We already did a special action. That's the problem. So what else do I do with the engineer? I can rest, but we only have 2 supplies left. I can prepare, which isn't the worst thing in the world to do. That'll let me get some dice, or not some dice, but some cards. I can, let's see, I'm looking at like the bottom of my cards to see if any of them would help me. What I can't do is try to harvest these plants or anything, because I'm basically, well, actually what I could do is I'm actually going to zip line back, and let's see if we got enough information to do 370. Because this happens the moment you arrive.
Not alone anymore. The story of first contact. Book excerpt.
Our host still waited by the lander, in the shade of a small pound.
Is M23 still revealed? Yes. Excuse me.
Good. You now understand. You now know what we had to observe. You were too much like our past. You serve intangibles. You build mental constructs and then sacrifice real things on their altars. You make thoughtless decisions based on simple models built in your lazy brain. Many of us said you were too dangerous to deal with, but most recognize your potential after witnessing your actions. The Cabal has decided. Make space.
Wait, you want to ride with us? To Vanguard?
I spoke to humans more than any living Idemian. The Cabal appointed me a new trade. I am now the one who speaks to humans. Take me to your Cabal. We will speak. We will trade our resources and craftsmen for your technologies and knowledge. If you have anything else to do here, be quick about it. I will wait for you in your spacecraft.
Okay, so our mission is complete. The optional mission as well. So we did everything we were supposed to do. My thoughts are I definitely think I want to get back in the ship. Let's do production and research phase. Then we can come back and do more. Although there is a chance to get some flora leads, which I could then transfer to something else. But that's all I got. You have secured the help of the Idemians. However, you may stay on the planet to complete any other objectives, or look for its builder Steely, if you haven't found it yet. Well, I want to come back and land again, because that's what it said we could do. I'm assuming that we can still do that. We are almost out of supplies, so I'm not sure it's something I want to do. Now, the problem is I chose that threat thing, and the threat card, there is no threat card, so a little annoyed there. But I think the other one we could have chosen wasn't any better. If all crew members have 1 or fewer injury cards, actually that would have been better. Dang it. Because we got ourselves a lot of success tokens. This actually was a real good opportunity to rank up to rank 3, but I chose the wrong rank up card. So, And then this isn't going to get it to us because it's not considered a threat. And you can see I can't leave until it gets resolved. But all right, engineer turnover. We go to the recon player, which is, as you can see right here, and I would like to get some alien tech leads, but I need 3 eyeball successes, and I only have 1 eyeball to go with. I can roll some wild childs, but that's about it. It's not going to be super helpful. But no matter what, I gotta move. I'm in a fully explored area here. So if I move to here, that causes me to exhaust a die, so I will exhaust a shield. And then if I want to try to gain some alien tech leads, I need a lot of eyeballs, which the science officer would have been fantastic to help out with, but I am not there. Okay, I will spend a supply and we will rest. And I'm going to get back 4 dice. So I'm going to get back the eyeball, the wild child, the compass, and the basic blue. Alright, that's his whole turn. So I forgot, this was for the engineer, which had a leaf. So it has to discard a card, lose a supply, or sacrifice a die. We can afford to discard a card. So we're going to discard the reroll blue, which hurts. And now the event for the recon, there are no biomes, so progress all time tracks by 1. That is being done. And now it's the science officer's turn, who's stuck here. So I'm going to create 2 supplies by sacrificing a blue, or not but exhausting a blue. That's going to give me 2 supplies. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to spend those 2 supplies to discard this card, because it's just not worth doing. I would have loved to get out of the threat, because I'm actually at a spot where these people could rank up, and it's going to be painful to not be able to rank them up because I got a card that just, when a threat card is discarded, I'm assuming that because that's just a point of interest card, that's not a threat card. Dang it. But like I said, the other one, well, no, we actually would have. That would be a serious retcon to go with the other one, if everybody has 1 injury or less. Ugh. Yeah, this blows, because I really need these guys to start ranking up, especially since we're rebuilding so much. Okay, turn was over. I still don't know what this symbol here means. No clue. It hasn't even come close to explaining itself. So we got this, which is discard every league token from Discovery decks. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. They're all zeros, so we're happy to discard them. And of course the 1 goes back in the bag. Okay, turn's over. We are at the end of the round again. So I'm going to start with I'm going to change the first player to the recon officer. And so recon is going to try to do this. We're going to try to get the 3 eyeballs. So we're going to get, unfortunately, we got to get, oh, that's not with, it's the security officer that's with him. Yeah, security officer has nothing to assist with. So we're going to do a wild child, an eyeball, and another wild child. That's all I can do. I'm going to roll these together. And you can see I got a success, and then I can turn this into a success with a charge. Because that's a pretty powerful thing. The wild child dice are very helpful for that type of character. So I got the 3 eyeballs. That gives us 2 alien tech leads, so let's go for it. Go ahead and draw them now. And I got a 2 and a 1. So that's excellent. I actually had 3 in my hand. This was the other one. So no matter what, I was succeeding. And I'm going to just go ahead and discard them. We're going to grab an alien tech. Plant-based generator, when unloaded, I could get a strange flora, but I actually need the alien tech. So I'll discard these. Then for the second action, then we go to log 612. But yeah, the second action is I'm going to move back to the lander. But let's do log 612, which we already know what this is, but we'll do it again.
First contact archive. Away team report. Excerpt 1. 7.
So we don't have the...
We entered a workshop and felt a heavy gaze of countless mirror masks arranged on the walls.
We've
and
already done
hanging
this.
From the ceiling. One Idemian artisan was working inside, repairing old and damaged masks.
I'm just going to leave. Okay. So then we do event. It's the leaf. So all time tracks go up by 1. And turns over. So now we're on the science officers. So we're going to travel. This travel is free because of the zip line. But the other one is I now have to exhaust 2 dice or roll a danger. Now the exhaust is different than a dice check, which is good because he has the critical wound. So I'm just going to exhaust both of my basic dice, green and red, and we're back. So draw the event, and I got nothing. So all time tracks go up by 1, and now the global conditions are gone, but all it says is you just basically you form it again. So this one will once again be at the bottom, then one of the 2 G13s. So that, then the 14, and then the 13. So it just restarts. So no harm, no foul there. And then last but not least, our security officer can get home. And so that's exactly what I'll do. I'm going to go here, and then we're going to launch. So 476. Is M123 revealed? Nope. Nope.
Captain's log. Entry 829.
I wasn't around to witness most of the things that happened on the Idemian temple world. While Vanguard was finally making contact with another intelligent race, I was in a medically induced coma, healing from my injuries. Regardless, Major Dahl, my second in command, as well as my section leaders, proved more than capable of winning the trust of the first advanced species that ISS Vanguard has encountered. I just wish I was there to see it. When I woke up, we had an Idemian ambassador on board. Her name was Anu, and she already became fast friends with some of the away team members. Her people were delivering supplies, and their small vessels were helping us repair our solar panels. Soon, Vanguard was almost ready to continue our mission, but I wasn't. There was one more important thing I needed to do before we were ready to continue. And the events on the Idemian temple world only strengthened my resolve.
Alright, so we completed the mission. So we get S19. It has to get shuffled in. So let me pause while I go find that. Okay, that's done. By the way, somebody, apparently there's an FAQ, and I haven't read the FAQ. So if you guys ever, read the FAQ, and there's something in there that's relevant to how this playthrough's been going, please let me know, because I have not bothered to go find it. But apparently there's two things that the FAQ has that has impacted us so far. The first one was that hunger issue that kept staying in our situation log. That one actually can get resolved. So like so you can't make the situation go away, but once you deal with the penalty, then it goes away after the penalty. So that's an FAQ clarification. The other one that somebody mentioned was specific to situations. I was making the comment that if it's in the awaiting bag, you can't resolve it. But they said that when you spend a command token to resolve situations, you can resolve whatever's in the awaiting bag as well. So that's another clarification that would have helped us at one point. So this one here, S19, is done. Oh, we got more.
Captain, I brought all section leaders.
Thank you, Major. Please, everyone have a seat. It's good to see you. At ease, this is not a formal council. Doll, you stay too. What I'm about to say concerns each one of you. I was wrong. My rash decision to reach the Steely cluster signal in the Kepler system, it could have cost us everything. If not for the help of the Idemians, we wouldn't be able to continue Vanguard's mission. We lost many brave souls in the battle, and it wasn't even my first mistake as captain.
Sir, I don't think you should...
No, Doll. As I said, it's not a formal meeting. No reason to mince words, and there's no one I trust more than my section leaders. That's why I made a decision. The fate of ISS Vanguard, the fate of the Earth, is too big to rest in my hands only. From now on, I will discuss every major issue with all of you. And while the final responsibility always stays with me, I will gladly hear your honest opinions. Is that understood? Right. The first issue is right in front of us. When Vanguard left Earth, it was never supposed to go much farther than the divine coordinates, and the Eye of the Void we discovered there. It certainly wasn't supposed to take part in combat. Now we find ourselves far from home, surrounded by unknown dangers and hostile species. We won't make it on our own. The contact with the Idemians proved that converting others to our cause can greatly help us. And here's the question. Many officers on the ship believe we should train contingents of Marines and start subjugating any weaker or less developed planets. This would give us a supply line, a direct access to more resources and labor. Others believe it would be better to establish a network of embassies and trading posts across charted space, hoping for voluntary help from other races. I have my thoughts, but I want to hear yours.
Oh, no.
What you say.
This will influence the game for the rest of the campaign. Oh, come on. Alright, so a militaristic expansion sounds different than just taking a lesser planet and subjugating it. Like, if it's a planet that has nothing but the flower people, they were like those flower threats, like the sprouts, I don't consider that a militaristic expansion. I consider that just, hey, we're going to create an outpost and use the resources for our benefit. The flower sprouts can go live in the forest as long as they want. Like, this is suggesting that we literally conquer the planet. How is ISS Vanguard, with its limited crew, equipped to conquer planets? It shouldn't even be possible. So it just seems like it's such a silly option. I'm sure the game is going to somehow justify that we can militaristically, one single ship with half a crew limping along in outer space is somehow going to take over a whole planet. Now, yeah, okay, we're technically more superior than them, but that's the whole point. I mean, you go there and you create your little outpost. You don't necessarily conquer the whole planet. I don't like it. So I guess we're going diplomatic route. Also, peaceful is more the paladin way, which is the way I like to play. I just have a feeling this is going to suck. All right, let's go.
I agree with your choice. This was supposed to be a mission of peaceful discovery. And no amount of danger should change that.
With all due respect, Captain, we were almost defeated once. No peaceful slogans or faraway allies will help us if Irrigators decide to strike again. We need to turn Vanguard into a proper warship. Please, reconsider.
I already spent more than enough time considering all implications, Major. No, the decision is made. While the ship is getting repaired, we will also work on the diplomatic expansion, including embassies, trade ships, and a Vanguard hub to coordinate them.
This is a mistake. You will regret this.
That's
Jesus.
enough, Major. You are dismissed.
You will regret this. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why we can't do a little bit of both, personally. I mean, those sprouts aren't going to be diplomatically helping us. So let's conquer the crap out of them, and then let's still reach out, to the others. I don't understand it. But at the same time, it is what it is. I made my choice, and it looks like the whole game is going to flip on this choice. I don't necessarily enjoy a game that hinges on one choice, but we'll see how this plays out. Pro-war protesters. So S22. So I guess, we got people that want to go to war. And the fact that we got our butts kicked once already is not enough for them. They want to go get it kicked again. Yay! We get the secret envelope. Alright, we got to take these components out of it. Oh. Leave the war room facility sheet. We are totally looking at the war room facility sheet. So this is where okay, I'm cool with this. All right, so hey, this is major spoiler time, folks. So turn off your dials or whatever you need to do. This is the secret envelope and everything that's inside of it. I am like a little kid in a candy store. Okay, so first things first is we have our embassy district, but let's look at what we chose not to do. The war room. All right, so here, take all target planet cards out of awaiting, each into an empty slot. These are target planets. Send expeditionary. You may choose to send an armed force to another planet. Remove the game available crew members to meet the rank requirements. So pick one of the three keywords. Conquered military base supply raids. Gain the bonuses from all planet cards with the chosen... Oh my gosh. You really are turning into this is like Sith Darth Vader type stuff here. Anyways, we don't get to keep this. This is the decision we chose not to do. But I still wanted to see what I chose not to do. And, to be quite honest, I'm okay with it. I didn't necessarily want to subjugate everybody. But what the heck is a planet card? And how would that have... Are they one of the things that dropped? Oh, look at this. Here they are. These are the planet cards. Ooh. Alright, so this one, for example, the embassy district, right? Or colony. Embassy district or embassy. Oh, hold on. Maybe it's because we have embassy oh, here we go. And these are the war room cards. So this is... I'm just guessing. I didn't read any rules. There's an embassy district card. So we contacted this planet. And then we need to send, certain type of officers to help. Or it's the war room. And this is our target. So we're going to send... And then we either get a colony... So we can assign 2 crew members to gain discoveries, or we get a military base, discard 2 success, and each section may immediately rank up one of their crew members. So it's completely different in terms of the outcome. I think that's sort of cool. I mean, this is like if people said, hey, is this game replayable? I would suggest that this decision completely changes the game in a way. Because all of this, I'm just guessing that this war room and these cards are out of this particular game, because we're going to be using these cards for the Embassy District. Just a guess, but I'm pretty darn sure. And then we have advanced events, which of course, I don't know what this does yet, but we will at least get it open. So advanced events they look very similar, but obviously they are labeled advanced events for whatever reason. I'm just looking to see if that one strange symbol is on here. I don't see it anywhere. So that symbol that we don't recognize is still haunting me. And I don't have a viewer that has played this enough to that made it this far into the series to tell me. Okay, and then we got the Embassy District here, as you can see. So you're adding a new planet, send our envoys. So really the mechanics are almost identical. It's just that what you get when you flip the card is different. And then we have trade and gifts. Choose one of the 3 keywords. Gain the bonuses from all planet cards with those keywords. So again, on the other one, you could choose your keyword and you get all those bonuses, right? If you had a military base, whatever. And then here you got colony, embassy, or allied, and you're going to get, and if we ever go to all 9 planets, then blah, blah, blah. And we choose our next facility. Definitely like it. I got to add this to the book. It's going to be page 40. And then you can see we got ourselves page 41. And I'm assuming that the other one was also a page 40, like, because it's one or the other. So both of these go in a book. And then we got some new dice. We knew these were coming because they were in the upgraded dice. But if we get these dice out, this is the part that's really interesting. So you got this green basic die. Well, it's not a green basic. Look at it. It's 2 symbols is the default. So 1, 2. But it's not always the same. Like it's eyeball and DNA. This is eyeball and compass. And that's compass and DNA. So it's like a mix of all 3. And then you have a Vanguard. So this is actually, it's harder to say what you're going to get. Because, I mean, at least with an eyeball die, you know you're trying to get an eyeball. But here, it could be any of these things. And then you also have 2 basic results. The only good news with this is there's no accidents on this at all. So it's an expert die. I can understand why. And then here you got 2 compass, 2 DNA, or 2 eyeball. So it's 2 of something, but God only knows which one you're going to get. These are weird. I don't know how much I like these. This is the same deal, but it's the engineering symbols. And then here, you know what? These are the ones where you really want those people that can manipulate dice, where you discard 2 dice to make this one the one of your choice. Because then you're going to really want, like, I want that, right? Because whatever else you roll is not going to get you that. So we have basically the same thing. It's just all the flavors, right? So you got 4 red, 4 blue, and 4 green. So that's why I guess they call them expert dice. They for sure, they're interesting. I'll give it that. It's really challenging because, yeah, unless you can force these to be the exact face that you want, it's not going to... But, you know, it just makes those cards maybe a little bit more helpful. All right, so... Expert section dice. All these dice to your supply of unbought dice, so I will go ahead and do that. And then place all planet cards behind their divider using the Make Contact option in your system maps book while flying. Embassy District. So it's saying place all the planet cards behind. I think they meant to say the ones that don't say War Room, because the planet cards that say War Room are definitely not, unless it was something I missed up above. Leave the War Room facility sheet in the envelope. 9 contacted planet cards. Leave the 9 target planet cards. There we go. The target ones are the War Room ones. The planet cards divider. Now that's an interesting one. The divider came with the game. It wasn't in the secret envelope. So we already have this. It's just, I don't know where I put it, but it's somewhere. Where did I put it? Production, research, future situation, possible facility upgrades, recorded planets. Maybe it's the recorded planets? I definitely don't have anything in recorded. Oh no, I do. Yeah, I don't know where the planets divider went. Or if I have it. And if I do have it, it's buried around here somewhere. Maybe I'll uncover it at some point. It is not important because it's not that many cards. And we know what the planet cards are. And they're going to be added to our divider once we discover them. So, put this in the last page. Read the text of the Embassy District page. The familiar... we already did that. Next time you activate ship facilities, that facility becomes available. Done.
Captain's log, number 475.
The meeting with section leaders went well. They seem to support our new direction. Major Dahl, on the other hand, well, let's just say I hope she won't be a problem. We have bigger things to worry about now. With all repairs and upgrades completed, Vanguard continues its voyage. The main objective hasn't changed. We need to learn all there is about the builders, their plans, and their steelies. With the time we spent getting repairs, the situation on Earth slowly deteriorated. Our new Idemian allies claim that 2 older races studied and collected the steelies for many generations. Irrigators, and the mysterious visitors that came to help during Vanguard's defense. Tapping into their data could save us decades of our own research. The problem is, the Irrigator homeworld is a long-lost planet-sized battleship that supposedly floats somewhere in uncharted dark space. And the visitors seemingly disappeared from the face of the galaxy altogether. We need to be on the lookout for anything that could help us determine the fate of our older siblings.
Okay, so move bridge upgrade B01 and tech level 4 to awaiting. That's excellent because we're tech level 0 right now. So that's a lot though. And I just realized, yep, okay. So B01 is one of the cards, our reinforced hull that we lost after the last battle. So to get that back, and then of course objective 06 is just a brand new objective. I'm willing to bet it's going to say it's the one that lets us colonize. And tech level 4 is also new for us. Everything is exciting because we're kung fu fighting. Alright, here's tech level 4 and 006, Trail of the Ancients. Objective, find information about visitors or irrigators while exploring nearby worlds. Golf Ball, Muspelheim, and Mu Libre, Cousin, or Ugnir. Okay, and you can see that we're drawing 3 situations now, so it's all getting good. Alright, remove all event cards from the game. Place all advanced event cards in events. From now on, you'll be using these in place of regular events. So, this looks a lot... Well, actually, they're not sleeved yet. So, the event cards... It's a pretty large thing, but maybe it's because they're sleeved. Now we got to use these advanced events, which I'm assuming are just more painful. That's my guess. not going to be as kind as these other ones, and that makes me sad. So regular events are gone. I'm going to put them in the tray here. I got to do a lot of tray management in between videos. And sure enough, I found the planet card divider. It was not in the secret envelope. It was something we had from the start. It just, I got all these nooks and crannies that I have my my supplies and equipment buried. So, okay. We remove those. We're going to put in the regular events, and then we're done. So, it didn't say, but I think we got to go to like the ship liftoff and start doing that phase. I'm going to do that in the next video. I want to sleeve my cards and go have lunch, and then we can continue from there. So thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome. I feel a little bit better about the fact that we got our butts kicked, but at the same time, I feel like we lost some pretty good people that I wish I could have held on to. I didn't mind the fact that I lost the mission. Some of those rank 3 people, because I just proved it's really hard to get back to rank 3. Thanks for watching.